But yeah, everyone else just completely fucked up. Wesker fucked up. Leon fucked up. Jill completely fucked up. You know, let's just kind of start off with Leon's character on how they pretty much trashed this character completely. I don't know what the director had against Leon and his character. I feel like this was more of a I'm gonna trash Leon's character completely because I don't like his character. From him being like just the rookie and they're all picking on him, making fun of him, to him being completely inept to like anything, not knowing how to fire his shotgun or anything. Him being late, him being drunk and hungover waking up at the hotel, sleeping at Emmy's diner. I mean, just come on. And even to the point where he's like sound asleep at the front desk of the RPD listening to his Walkman. And somehow he sleeps through a gigantic tanker trucker rolling over and blowing up. I'm sorry. With doors wide open like that, that would wake you the fuck up. If not the sound, but the heat from the fire would wake you up. And then, just how he doesn't know how to fire a shotgun, but yet at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, he just knows how to fire a rocket launcher? I mean, that just makes no fucking sense. And I'll probably be saying the F word as much as they say it in this movie, because, just how I feel. Wesker's character, again, I don't know why the movies can't get Wesker's character right. I mean, I don't know where to even start with Wesker's character in this movie, even with the post-credit scene and everything. And, Wesker was never someone who was really afraid. He was very stern and strong through the whole first game. And they make him like this. I don't even know where to start with Wesker. We're just going to leave it that Wesker was just, I don't know what that was. Claire's character, I feel like he got Claire and Jill mixed up. But not even, with Jill's character. I mean, you know what I mean. Claire was, this strong character coming into Raccoon City, just knowing what she wanted. She, for some reason, just knew Umbrella was bad, which she didn't know, really anything about Umbrella. If you remember when she's talking to Sherry in the Resident Evil 2 remake, when Sherry mentions Umbrella, she just goes, oh, that pharmaceutical company? And that's all she really knows about Umbrella. That's it. She knows nothing about Umbrella coming into Raccoon City. She just knows that they're a pharmaceutical company, and that's about it. So, I don't know why they did that there. And why her hair was down. Is it so hard to put some person's hair up for a movie? Was this actress like, oh, I don't like my hair being up? Or was it just like, oh, no, I like it down. Did the director have some weird sexual fantasy of Claire Redfield, and that's just how he wanted her? I don't know. Then we have Lisa Trevor, which just gave me flashbacks to Resident Evil Apocalypse with Nemesis, where they take this nice villain from the game and they just absolutely trash it. And just that ending scene where Leon and Claire are getting into the elevator and Lisa Trevor looks at Claire and says, friend. That just reminded me so much of the ending to Apocalypse, where they have, all them tied down. Umbrella has, Alice and Jill and everyone tied down. And then Nemesis is pinned to the wall with a metal through him. And he just somehow just helps him. It's stupid. If you're going to make these bioweapons in the movie, just leave them as bioweapons where they literally have no sanity or left in their mind. And, you just have Lisa Trevor just, being friends with Claire. Come on. Seriously, just have her be a stalker in the mansion. That's all you really had to do for Lisa Trevor. She could have been in the mansion, and yeah, let's just leave it at that. And the fact that they made this combined with the first and second game was just stupid. Everything was just kind of crammed in together, all bundled up and jumbled up, and it was just a mess. And everything was just, they were trying to rush through things too fast. Yeah, they did a good, cool scene of the helicopter flying through the Arklay Mountains, and then they land. And then let's get on to that. Bravo team. Just Enrico and Kevin. That's it. Where was everyone else for Bravo team? Only 2 members, and they weren't even stars. They were just RPD officers. And then one crow attacks them. Well, not even attacks them, but just kind of lands on top of the car before they enter the mansion. Where were the Cerberus zombie dogs? Like, why weren't they chased into the mansion? Why did the Stars Apple team just casually walk into the Spencer mansion? You couldn't have just put a couple dogs chasing them out there? Like, literally after Jill fires the gun and kills the crow, that could have alerted the zombie dogs, and the zombie dogs could have chased them into the mansion. And then the mansion was just, yeah, the front hall looked amazing, it looked just like the video game, yeah, but then they show no other rooms from the mansion. And in the promotions for this movie, they literally talk about how they got the blueprints from Capcom to design these places. Well, yeah, you only use the front halls for both the RPD and the mansion for those blueprints, so don't fucking lie to us in these promotions trying to get us to go see it. They did the cool zombie head turn, which was nice, you know, iconic from the game and everything. Okay, I get that, but then the rest of the mansion is just set up with like muzzle flashes and dark and zombies teleporting around Chris for some unapparent reason. Like, why did that zombie go around Chris when he's trying to get his lighter lit? Like, it's coming towards him, and then it's gone, and then it's behind him, and that was only for a cheap jump scare, which was, you knew it was coming, and it didn't work. Then we go to the piano room with Wesker and Jill. Wesker tries playing Moonlight Sonata with that little keypad thing that he's keeping track of with, you know, Ada is leading him on through how to get to the lab for Nest and everything, which was just one room. But he's playing the piano, and, you know, Jill just being, you know, this horrible character of Jill in this movie, you know, they just leave her out of it. And in the game, she knows how to play the piano. And what they could have easily done in this scene was Wesker could have been trying to play the piano. He keeps failing at it. Jill says, "Oh, that sounds like Moonlight Sonata. Do you mind?" And then she should have sat down at the piano and played it flawlessly. And they could have had that little comedic scene, even thrown at Wesker looking at it going like, "Wow, what the fuck? You're that good?" And then the door can open, and then the scene could continue from the way it was from then on out. You know, Wesker tells Jill what his plan is and everything, and then we go from there. And then we have that magical hallway, you know, that leads from the mansion to the lab, and who knows how long Wesker was running down that hallway and everything, because they really don't tell you how far away everything is in this movie. But, you know, I would assume that the orphanage is pretty far away from the Spencer Mansion, considering it's in the mountains, and you have Spencer Mansion the orphanage in the city. So, and they just go down an elevator to basically get to the lab, so they really just don't explain the distances between these things or anything. What else? Well, that's pretty much the mansion. Now we move on to like the RPD, which, you know, we already talked about, like Leon and everything, you know, no Mr. X. Sherry was a completable write-off character. There was really no point of her character in this movie. All she did was she woke up from a nightmare, explained to Hunter to William Birkin, and that was about it for Sherry's arc in this movie. Completely pointless. Then just kind of Claire arrive at the RPD by killing a zombie dog with a fire extinguisher, saving Chief Irons, where Chief Irons wasn't even really a bad guy in this movie, which he's supposed to be a bad guy, and he wasn't. So there's another character trait fucked up. Like, again, I can't blame the actors. All the actors did an amazing job in this movie. It was just the director and also the writer, same person, who just sucks. Then we, you know, have some scenes of Leon meeting Ben. Somehow Ben steals the gun from Leon, again, making Leon incompetent. And then there's a zombie in the locker with him. So if Ben has the gun in his hand, why doesn't he shoot the person in the jail cell with him if he knows what's happening? He knows he's transforming into a zombie, so why doesn't he take that moment where he has the gun to shoot the zombie? Instead, he lets the zombie bite him. Makes no sense. And then, like, I understand they're trying to make a movie for the fans, which they failed at miserably, but he just says, oh, you know the G virus, the T virus. But yet, people that don't know the game that are seeing this movie, if you're trying to create fans, they're not going to know what the T virus or G virus is. So, yeah, I honestly don't know what happened there. And then, we can probably just jump ahead to now they head to the orphanage where, Chief Hines doesn't get his video game accurate death. He gets killed by the liquor, which, okay, they wanted to create a death that was kind of iconic to the first, like, officer you find dead in the RPD, but still, he should have had something burst out of his chest instead of just being killed by a liquor if you're trying to make a Resident Evil 2 movie. And it could have been like a little homage to the movie Aliens and everything if you did that. That just didn't happen. And then you have Lisa Trevor come in, kills the liquor, helps them for no reason, and then gives them the RPD keys to open a door in the orphanage. Now, if you're trying to make fans happy, don't fuck up something like that. They should have made a joke on like how the keys to the RPD were just weird keys and everything. You could have had them there. And yeah, this movie was just an absolute mess. With just bad writing, bad directing. And I feel bad for all these actors that put some hard work, probably some hard work and some study into this movie, trying to learn these characters. And then you just have this incompetent director make this movie and lie to fans, and like I said, in the vignettes and the promos and everything, saying that he's trying to make a movie for the fans. Well, yeah, you didn't do your job at all. You're basically tearing fans' hearts out and destroying them, just like Paul W. Sanderson did for like 17 years with each movie that he brought out, where they just got worse and worse and worse. And I just don't understand. It kind of killed me inside. And it's kind of killing me inside talking about it just because of how bad it was. And yeah, like I said, there were some few good things in it, but the bad things outweighed those good things so much. It just made this movie a disaster. Just an absolute disaster. But yeah, I mean, don't let I'm saying, because I know some people who did see it and they have liked it, so I guess it depends on the person. This is all my, like, personal feelings of the movie. Which is, you can tell, I just hated it. Worst movie ever for Resident Evil. I mean, like, I don't know where to even place this if you were to compare it to the Anderson movies. I mean, it's definitely better than the final chapter. Yeah, I don't know, maybe there. Second to last. Just because of, like, all the things they could have done for this movie and they didn't do. And just they rushed the William Birkin fight at the very end completely. They botched the scene where Hunk comes in to collect the G virus. Hunk's just this random operative out on the outskirts of Raccoon City while Chief Hines is trying to escape listening to Journey. Which, if they left that song out, they probably could have afforded to have Mr. X in the movie. Because they probably paid tons of money to have a Journey song put in this movie. When you don't even need, like, copywritten songs in the movie. Just create all your own music. Like, fans would have been happy just hearing, like, the old music from the games in this movie. You don't need to try to put in these, like, 90s songs throughout the entire movie. But yeah, I'm trying to think anything good of it. Like, they lost the line of when the dog bites the truck driver. He could have said, that dog's a maniac, why'd he bite me? He didn't. Kendo wasn't even in the movie, even though in the leaked screenshots while they were filming, we clearly saw Gunshop Kendo. But it was nowhere in the movie, so did it get cut due to money? Again, why'd you put music in if you get to make cuts and other things? Cut the music out. Don't cut scenes out of this movie. But this movie just felt rushed, and like they were just trying to get it out, and they should have just taken their time. If they're trying to build a universe for the movie, just start with the first game. Create the first game. If you were going to combine them, combine 0 and 1 into one movie. That way you can kind of change the story a little bit with Rebecca and Billy. They could be happening while they're in the mansion, and she could arrive at the mansion towards the end. Instead, they decide to cram everything in. They leave out characters. They cut out fan favorite characters. Barry. Where was Barry? Just nowhere to be seen in this movie. And same thing for Rebecca. And going back to how they got the blueprints for these iconic scenes, if you're gonna make the main hall look like it does in the game in the remake, the least you could have done is made the Star's office look similar to. Instead, it looks like they were thrown into a old style classroom, and they were just talking. Make at least that room kind of look like the Star's room. And they have those stupid throwaway things where Jill's talking to Wesker saying, would you rather die by eating by a shark or a snake? Ooh, sorry, excuse me. I mean, come on. Just put one of them in the movie. You could have had Jan in the mansion. There's so much stuff you could have added to this movie to make it just a Resident Evil 1 movie. And then we could have waited for the sequel, had Resident Evil 2, and then they could have mixed 2 with 3. And had Nemesis. At the same time, you could have Leon and Claire, going through the RPD while Jill's trying to escape the city. It could have been done so much better if they just took their time and worked on this better. I don't understand why some of the choices they made while making this movie. And just kind of keeping all the iconic stuff to little Easter eggs and in the background of the movie. It just made no sense. And then the end. The city just kind of implodes. Where was the fucking nuke? Where was the explosion? Why did the city implode? It made no sense. And then that cow. Don't even get me started on that cow. I mean, come on. Come on. Well, I've been rambling for 18, 19 minutes now, so I'll start to wrap this up so you're not listening to me too long complain about the movie. But yeah, like I said, still go see it. Everyone has their own opinions and everything of the movie. So, like I said, I know some people that really like it, and people like me that just hate it and just can't get over how bad it was. But yeah, if anything, I'd give this movie 2 stars at least. You got to give them, the actors, some credit, and at least they worked some of the Easter eggs in to the movie to make it a 2-star movie. But yeah, that's about it. Can't really say anything else good about this movie. But yeah, if you go see it, hopefully you enjoy it. But yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Like I said, I like to basically keep this channel mostly all Resident Evil stuff, but, might venture into some stuff some other time. But yeah, if you like what you're watching, you can catch some of my live streams. I'll probably be playing Resident Evil 3 Remake later. I've already played through 1 and 2 and the 2 original and 3 original, so now moving on to the 3 Remake. So yeah, hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. And yeah, if you like what you're watching, please leave a like and consider subscribing. But yeah, have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.